Welcome to this powerful session that will guide you to the mindset, habits, and strategies that separate the top 1% of people from the rest. If you want to get ahead in life, in business, and in personal growth, the first step is understanding that success is not just about luck, talent, or opportunity. It's about consistent habits, deliberate thinking, and adopting a mindset that most people never even consider. The majority of people go through life reacting to circumstances, allowing their emotions, environment, and immediate gratification to control their decisions. The top 1% of people, however, operate on a different plane. They are proactive, disciplined, strategic, and intentional in every action. They understand that every decision, no matter how small, compounds over time to create extraordinary outcomes. Getting ahead begins with self-awareness. You must honestly evaluate where you currently stand, what your habits are, and where your mind tends to default. Most people avoid this step because it's uncomfortable to face their limitations, procrastination tendencies, or patterns of inconsistency. But the truth is that self-awareness is the foundation of growth. By identifying your weaknesses, blind spots, and patterns of inaction, you gain the opportunity to correct them systematically. Begin by observing your daily routines. How much time is spent on productive activity versus distractions? How often do you seek comfort instead of challenge? Recognizing these patterns allows you to take control rather than be controlled by default behaviors. Another defining trait of those who get ahead is the ability to prioritize relentlessly. Time, focus, and energy are finite resources, and the top 1% of people know how to allocate them to maximize results. They avoid busy work and instead concentrate on activities that directly contribute to long-term success. This is the essence of leverage, working smarter, not just harder, and focusing on tasks that move the needle. It requires discipline to say no to distractions, to cut out habits that waste energy, and to invest in activities that yield compounding results over time. People who succeed understand that every hour spent poorly is an opportunity lost forever, and they treat their time with extreme respect. Proactivity is another hallmark of getting ahead. Waiting for opportunity, luck, or permission keeps most people stagnant. The top performers create their own paths, seek solutions before problems arise, and take initiative in every area of life. They don't wait for motivation. They build routines and systems that ensure action even when motivation is low. By committing to daily progress, even in small increments, they accumulate momentum that eventually generates breakthroughs far beyond what reactive individuals can achieve. The compound effect of daily proactive effort is what allows someone to rise ahead of 99% of people who rely on chance or external direction. Finally, mindset shapes reality. The top 1% operate with a growth-oriented, resilient mindset that sees obstacles as opportunities, failures as lessons, and challenges as steps toward mastery. They are comfortable with discomfort because they understand that true progress requires stretching beyond familiar limits. Limiting beliefs, fear of failure, and avoidance are the traps that keep 99% of people in mediocrity. By consciously cultivating a mindset of resilience, adaptability, and continuous learning, you prepare yourself to act decisively when others hesitate, to innovate when others conform, and to excel when others settle. The mindset of the top 1% is not innate. It is built, trained, and reinforced through deliberate choices, daily habits, and relentless pursuit of improvement. Now that you understand the mindset of the top 1%, the next critical step is translating that mindset into consistent habits and routines that compound over time. Habits are the building blocks of achievement. They are the small decisions repeated daily that accumulate into extraordinary outcomes. The majority of people fail to get ahead because they underestimate the power of habits. They rely on bursts of motivation, reacting to circumstances, or hoping inspiration will strike. But the top 1% know that motivation is fleeting. Systems and routines create lasting results. Establishing deliberate daily practices is not just about discipline. It is about designing your life so that every action pushes you closer to your goals. The first habit of high performers is clarity of purpose. Each day begins with intentional planning, understanding what truly matters, and prioritizing tasks that align with long-term objectives. A morning routine that includes reflection, visualization, or journaling can help anchor your day in purpose. Write down the 3 most important tasks that, if completed, will move the needle significantly. These are not busy work or trivial chores. They are high-leverage actions that compound over time. By consistently focusing on what matters most, you avoid the trap of busyness without progress and ensure that your energy is invested in the right areas. Another essential habit is learning and growth. The top 1% invest heavily in themselves, not just financially but intellectually, emotionally, and physically. They read books, listen to insightful content, and actively seek new knowledge and skills. Learning is not passive. It is intentional and applied. Every concept, strategy, or skill they acquire is tested in real-world scenarios, refined, and integrated into their routines. By committing to lifelong learning, they expand their capabilities, adapt quickly to changing circumstances, and remain ahead of the curve while others stagnate. Learning compounds just like money or effort. Small daily investments create exponential returns over months and years. Consistency is the third habit that separates the top 1% from everyone else. Small actions repeated daily produce far more results than sporadic bursts of effort. The key is not how hard you work in one day, but how reliable and steady you are over the long term. Discipline beats intensity every time. This is why creating systems, checklists, and accountability measures is so critical. When your environment, tools, and routines are optimized to support productive behavior, you remove friction and make consistency easier. High performers design their surroundings to reduce decision fatigue, avoid distractions, and reinforce positive behaviors. Over time, these tiny, consistent actions accumulate, compounding into results that appear almost magical to the untrained eye. Finally, the top 1% embrace reflection and adjustment. They constantly review results, analyze outcomes, and tweak routines to improve efficiency and effectiveness. This habit of self-correction ensures that effort is always aligned with results. Reflection prevents wasted energy, identifies patterns that work or fail, and keeps momentum in the right direction. By consistently evaluating progress and making small, strategic adjustments, high performers stay ahead while others repeat mistakes. Combined with clarity, learning, and consistency, reflection completes the cycle of compounding success, ensuring that every day contributes meaningfully to long-term growth. Identifies patterns that work or fail, and keeps momentum in the right direction. By consistently evaluating progress and making small, strategic adjustments, high performers stay ahead while others repeat mistakes. Combined with clarity, learning, and consistency, reflection completes the cycle of compounding success, ensuring that every day contributes meaningfully to long-term growth. By integrating these habits, clarity of purpose, intentional learning, unwavering consistency, and reflective adjustment, you create a system that propels you ahead of the majority. These practices, repeated daily, will accelerate your growth, sharpen your skills, and build a foundation of discipline and focus that ensures you consistently outperform 99% of people who rely on chance, luck, or sporadic effort. The key is starting today, taking small but deliberate steps, and committing to daily progress that compounds into extraordinary results over time. Once you have established the habits that compound success, the next essential skill is mastering your time and energy, because even the smartest, most disciplined person cannot get ahead without using these resources effectively. Time is the ultimate equalizer. Everyone gets the same 24 hours, but it is how you allocate those hours that determines whether you fall behind or surge ahead. The top 1% understand that productivity is not about being busy or filling your calendar. It's about strategically focusing your energy on the highest leverage activities. They know how to identify tasks that generate exponential results versus those that merely consume time. This distinction is critical because misaligned effort is the main reason most people stagnate while others soar. Prioritization is a cornerstone of time mastery. High performers begin each day by clearly identifying what is most important and what will move them closest to their goals. They adopt frameworks like the Eisenhower matrix, focusing first on tasks that are both urgent and impactful, while delegating, scheduling, or eliminating less critical work. The ability to say no repeatedly, without hesitation, separates those who succeed from those who get overwhelmed by distractions and obligations. By controlling your calendar and making intentional choices about where to invest time, you create the conditions for exponential growth. Time spent on low-value activities cannot be reclaimed, and the top 1% guard their time like a precious resource. Energy management is equally important. Productivity is not just about hours worked. It's about the quality and intensity of focus you bring to those hours. High performers structure their day around peak energy periods, aligning challenging tasks with times when they are most alert, creative, and motivated. They understand the impact of sleep, nutrition, exercise, and mental clarity on their output. By optimizing their physical and mental state, they perform at levels far beyond those who work long hours without regard for well-being. Additionally, they manage distractions meticulously, creating environments where focus is protected, interruptions are minimized, and flow states are encouraged. These energy management strategies allow them to get more done in less time, consistently outperforming the majority. Another strategy the top 1% use to maximize impact is batching and systematization. Similar tasks are grouped together to reduce context switching, and processes are standardized to save mental bandwidth. For example, checking emails at scheduled intervals rather than constantly, or dedicating specific times for deep work, prevents wasted attention and increases efficiency. Systems can be applied not just to work, but to learning, networking, personal development, and problem solving. By creating repeatable processes, high performers automate productivity and free cognitive energy for high-level thinking, creativity, and strategic decisions. These systems are invisible to outsiders, yet they account for a large part of why certain individuals consistently outpace their peers. Finally, reflection and adjustment tie time and energy mastery together. At the end of each day or week, high performers review how time was spent, what yielded results, and where energy could have been applied more effectively. This constant refinement ensures that habits, priorities, and strategies remain aligned with goals, maximizing the compounding effect of effort over time. By mastering both time and energy, you unlock a level of productivity and output that most people never experience, allowing you to get ahead in every area of life. When combined with the mindset and habits discussed in the previous parts, this mastery transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results, giving you a tangible edge over 99% of people who never strategically manage their most valuable resources. By now, you have mastered the mindset, habits, and time management strategies that put you ahead of the majority. But to truly outperform 99% of people, you must develop your decision-making and strategic thinking skills. These are the abilities that allow you to anticipate opportunities, avoid costly mistakes, and leverage every situation to your advantage. High performers understand that success is not just about working hard. It is about making the right choices consistently and doing so faster and more accurately than the competition. Every decision, no matter how small, compounds over time to create significant advantages or disadvantages. And understanding this principle is the key to long-term success. Strategic thinking begins with perspective. The top 1% see beyond the immediate moment, analyzing long-term consequences, risks, and opportunities. They avoid reactive behavior, instead considering the bigger picture and how each action fits into a larger plan. They constantly ask themselves, if I do this now, what will it lead to in 6 months, 1 year, or 5 years? By evaluating choices through this lens, they avoid short-term gratification traps that often derail others. This approach enables them to make decisions that maximize long-term gains, even when it requires temporary discomfort or sacrifice. Strategic thinking also involves understanding leverage, using limited resources, time, and influence to create disproportionate impact. Another critical aspect of decision-making is speed combined with accuracy. Waiting too long to act results in missed opportunities, while hasty decisions without sufficient information can lead to failure. High performers balance these factors by gathering key data quickly, trusting their intuition when appropriate, and taking calculated risks. They also prepare contingency plans and build flexibility into their strategies, allowing them to adapt and pivot without losing momentum. This agility in decision-making creates a competitive advantage because it allows them to respond faster than those who hesitate, giving them a decisive edge in business, investments, and personal pursuits. Developing a competitive advantage is not limited to skill or knowledge alone. It includes mindset, preparation, and execution. High performers actively identify areas where they can outperform others, whether through unique expertise, efficiency, network connections, or innovative approaches. They invest in strengthening these advantages relentlessly, ensuring that they continue to pull ahead while others stagnate. A crucial element of this process is continual learning, observing trends, analyzing competitors, and refining techniques. The top 1% see each challenge as an opportunity to increase their edge rather than a threat, and they consistently look for ways to improve and differentiate themselves from the crowd. Finally, ethical application of strategy and decision-making ensures long-term success and influence. Building an advantage is not about exploitation or cutting corners. It is about leveraging your skills, focus, and insights to achieve results while maintaining integrity and trust. Ethical strategic thinking builds credibility, strengthens relationships, and ensures that your advantage is sustainable rather than short-lived. By combining mindset, habits, time mastery, and strategic decision-making, you position yourself to outperform the majority consistently. The decisions you make today, the strategies you implement, and the advantages you cultivate compound over time, creating a trajectory that puts you ahead of 99% of people in every area of life, whether in wealth, influence, skills, or personal fulfillment. Having mastered mindset, habits, time, and strategy, the final component to getting ahead of 99% of people is execution. Execution is where knowledge, preparation, and strategy meet results. Many people fail not because they lack intelligence or opportunity, but because they fail to take consistent, decisive action. Ideas without action remain dreams, plans without execution are meaningless, and strategies without follow-through yield nothing. The top 1% know that. Success is a process of disciplined action, repeated daily, and focused on high-impact priorities. Execution is the bridge between potential and achievement, and without it, no level of planning or skill can propel you forward. Resilience is the partner of execution. Even the most disciplined individuals face setbacks, challenges, and failures along the path to success. What separates those who get ahead from those who stagnate is the ability to recover, adapt, and maintain forward momentum. Resilience requires mental toughness, emotional regulation, and a commitment to learning from every obstacle. High performers embrace failure as feedback, viewing it as a necessary step in the iterative process of growth. They do not allow temporary setbacks to dictate their trajectory. Instead, they analyze mistakes, adjust strategies, and continue moving forward with renewed focus and determination. Accountability is another key factor in sustaining progress and accelerating results. Top performers understand that external and internal accountability dramatically increases follow-through. They track their goals, measure progress, and often share commitments with mentors, peers, or accountability partners who reinforce consistency and provide feedback. Self-accountability ensures that tasks are completed, even when motivation is low, while external accountability creates social and relational pressure that further strengthens commitment. Combining both forms creates a system that keeps effort aligned with outcomes, preventing drift and wasted potential. Action at scale is the hallmark of those who get ahead. Once habits, strategy, and mindset are aligned, it is critical to take massive, focused action consistently. Small, incremental steps build momentum, but exponential results require sustained, deliberate effort across key areas of life. High performers treat each day as an opportunity to invest in compounding progress. They avoid distraction, maintain high levels of focus, and continually push the boundaries of their capabilities. Execution is not haphazard. It is intentional, disciplined, and designed to produce measurable outcomes that elevate them above the average individual. Finally, if you are ready to take your life to the next level and truly get ahead of 99% of people, it is time to act. Start by subscribing to this channel to access more strategies that accelerate growth. Like this video to solidify your commitment to improvement. Comment below with your goals or breakthroughs to inspire others. And share this content with someone who wants to achieve more in life. Remember, getting ahead is a combination of mindset, habits, time mastery, strategy, execution, and resilience. When you integrate these principles and apply them consistently, you create a compounding advantage that propels you forward while others remain stagnant. Your next action, taken with clarity, focus, and determination, is what will separate you from the rest. Start now, commit fully, and watch as your progress accelerates beyond what most people even dream is possible. If this audiobook has shown you strategies, insights, and actions that put you ahead of 99% of people, don't let that knowledge sit idle. Every lesson you've heard here is only as powerful as the actions you take to apply it in your life. Don't forget to subscribe to my audiobook channel to receive more weekly lessons that guide you to higher levels of success, growth, and personal achievement. Subscribing ensures you stay connected with practical, life-changing strategies designed to give you an edge in every area of life. Like this video to reinforce your commitment to getting ahead. Every like is a small but important signal that you are dedicated to taking action, learning, and growing faster than the majority of people around you. Comment below, share your key takeaways, breakthroughs, or insights from this audiobook. Your comment not only strengthens your own understanding, but can inspire others in our audiobook community to step up and elevate their life too. Share this audiobook with someone who is ready to take action and get ahead. One shared lesson could be the spark that pushes someone to take control of their growth and achieve extraordinary results. Remember, success compounds. Each small, consistent action builds momentum that grows exponentially over time. Commit now, stay consistent, and apply these lessons daily. Watch as you rise above the crowd, outperform the majority, and achieve results most people only dream of. The journey to being ahead starts today. Don't forget to subscribe to my audiobook channel, like, comment, and share this audiobook. Let these lessons guide you to a life of exceptional achievement and success.